Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Widow's Peak. I am Audrey from Coaching with Audrey. I pray last week was a good one, and the upcoming week will be even better. Tonight, I want to talk about the young widow. A young widow is considered a woman who is pre-retirement age. Last week, I attended a Facebook meeting on widowhood. There were several hundred women in attendance and a few men. A large number have been widowed for 10 to 15 years and lost their husbands in their 30s. There were a few women who had been widowed twice. I couldn't imagine going through this pain twice. I looked at the race, age, and causes of death in that age group. What I found was that there were 30 to 35% of young widows ages 55 to 64. 10 to 15% were ages 45 to 54. 2 to 5% were ages 35 to 44, and less than 1% were under age 35. The racial background and leading causes of death were what you would expect given the general population. 60 to 70% are white, 15 to 20% are black, 10 to 15% are Hispanic, 5 to 10% are Asian. The leading cause of death for men under the age of 44 were accidents and homicides. And this was primarily in the black and brown communities. Ages 45 to 64, the leading cause of death was from heart disease and drug overdose, primarily in the white community. In ages 65 and older, heart disease was the leading cause across all races. But the Black and white communities were significantly higher. In the general population, whites outlive BIPOC communities. However, in widowhood, it's reversed. Black women live 13.5 years longer. Hispanic women live 13.2 years longer. Non-Hispanic women live 12.5 years longer. The young widow has a number of challenges, but the primary one may be that the death of their spouse would be the first experience with death. Also, they would have added responsibilities because of that loss. If they had children, they would immediately become a single mom with the responsibilities of managing the home, the children, work, and getting those kids to those outside activities. Also, the maintenance of the home and repairs to the home would fall on them. Finances would be impacted. If they were a stay-at-home mom, they would have to find a job. If it were a two-income home, they may have to change jobs because they couldn't cover their expenses. And because they might not be able to cover their expenses, they worry about their children. If they have to move because they can't afford their home anymore, they would lose their school, their friends, and they may not be able to be involved in those outside activities. If they had no children, they may wonder if they will ever have children. The loss of intimacy. They fear judgment from their in-laws, their children, or other people in general. They fear that they might be losing their husbands, leaving them behind, moving on if they go into new relationships. The odds of a woman remarrying decreases as they age. If they're not married by age 30, there's a 50% chance that they will get married. Age 40, it's reduced to 20%. Age 50, it's reduced to 6%. And 60 and older, it's reduced to 2%. A study shows that 61% of men and 19% of women will remarry or be involved in a new relationship within 25 months of the loss of their spouse. The young widow has a number of challenges, and she often feels isolated and alone. She may have to hide her grief because of her children. The young widow, and widows in general, need our support, and the support may be companionship, a listening ear, or a homemade dinner, or even a repair. Whatever they need, be available. I am Audrey from Coaching with Audrey. If you know of a young widow who might benefit from grief coaching, reach out. Have them book a discovery call with me. It's free. Remember to share the podcast, like my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. Well, we'll talk next week. Peace and blessings to all, and to my love, James. Rest well until we meet again. Love ya.